Donald Trump had a busy schedule today where he was supposed to go in front of the cameras multiple times, but it seems that he canceled those appearances as the markets were crashing. There's a reason why they call Donald Trump Bunker Boy. When the heat is there, Donald Trump runs away and he flees. Just take a look at the daily guidance for his press schedule. He was supposed to be in multiple meetings where there was going to be cameras. There was going to be a round table where the press was going to be there around 2 p.m. He was going to sign executive orders around 3 p.m. And then he was going to hold a ceremonial swearing in where he was going to be videotaped as well, where that was going to be on camera as well. Donald Trump, though, canceling all of his appearances. You can see Donald Trump here walking up the very small stairs of Air Force One as he departed yesterday from Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump likes to make fun of former President Biden for climbing up those other stairs, but take a look at what Trump did as he was leaving his vacation. But the White House did put out the following statement. Here's what the White House put out. Asked about the day's stock market downturn, a White House official responded with the following statement. This is real. I'm not making this up. An official White House statement about the tanking markets today. Want to emphasize that we're seeing a strong divergence between animal spirits of the stock market and what we're actually seeing unfold from businesses and business leaders. And the latter is obviously more meaningful than the former on what's in store for the economy in the medium to long term. You take a look right here, this from the Wall Street Journal about the stock market today. The NASDAQ falls about 4% after Donald Trump doesn't rule out a recession. Other headlines like this, Wall Street sell-off. The Dow is down almost 900 points. Consumer confidence is now sinking as well. And the percentage of Americans who feel that things will be worse in 12 months is now surging. Donald Trump took a Goldilocks economy that was handed to him by former President Biden, what the Wall Street Journal once called an economy that was the envy of the world under former President Biden, and Donald Trump just crashed it into the ground. So while Donald Trump's gone silent, but just issuing that weird statement about animal spirits, you have people going on Fox like this guest who was speaking when the Dow was down about 1,500 points today. Watch this.
And if you have different people in the administration giving different messages, I mean, the Commerce Secretary and the president are having different messages on the same day. That's not giving the market any sort of ease or certainty for investors. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have an even greater crash.
We should let Jonathan keep talking because the market's come back 50 points.
There you go. There you go.
But obviously, the Dow is 1,500 points below where it was when Donald Trump took office.
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
Well, and then the state regime media on Fox with Harris Faulkner, one of the Fox propagandists. What she was most upset about today, she said that the real issue here is the left for celebrating that Donald Trump is tanking the economy. No, Harrison Faulkner, we're not celebrating. No one is celebrating the economy is crashing. We're pointing it out that y'all have continued to lie over and over again. Let's play it.
So the question that I have, and the liberal network that, look, and thereby by the grace of God can go anybody, but right now they're failing miserably and firing their people. So I couldn't be all wrong on that. But why would you wish for the death of the American economy? Why would you be against Americans? I don't think this is new. This is like when we saw the big crop up of anti-Semitism in this country last year. Where do you think it lived? Right next door. So these people who hold these views against America, this isn't like some rash that just came on. No, this is an infectious thing that's been around for a long time, and this is how they really feel. So think about that when they try to get you to vote for them, or as Michael still tries to convince you that he's in government. Think about that. He's a talk show host.
And just a reminder, when Donald Trump walked up those small stairs to get into Air Force One yesterday and then actually did speak to the press yesterday, you'll recall that when he was asked about the disastrous economy, he said that this is all part of the plan and that you're going to be so rich, you're not going to even know what to do with how rich you are. Let's play this clip.
Where are we? Are we we're just about ready to land.
Are you worried about a recession? Maria Bartiromo asked you, and you kind of hesitated.
I'll tell you what, of course you hesitate. Who knows? All I know is this: we're going to take in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs, and we're going to become so rich, you're not going to know where to spend all that money. I'm telling you, you just watch. We're going to have jobs. We're going to have open factories. It's going to be great, and the plane is landing. And thank you for a lot of good questions, okay? Thank you very much, everybody.
Donald Trump's priorities, though, were pretty much focused on Greenland. While our economy was tanking, Donald Trump said to the people of Greenland that he's going to make the people of Greenland so rich, people of Greenland. The response from the leader of Greenland is, "Get away, Donald." And the leader of Greenland saying, "We now have to protect ourselves far more than we ever thought about this bully regime, the Trump regime." The MAGA Republicans, though, continuing to go on Fox Business in Donald Trump's silence and say the most absolute heinous and ridiculous things. Here's MAGA Republican Congress member Tom Emmer on tariffs. He says the markets are going to have all kinds of different things. Yeah, you're going to see some tanking, but you got to stay the course. Here, play this clip.
The markets are going to have all kinds of different things going on, but yes, we are going to stay the course because this country's future depends on it. Why should Americans not have free and full access to markets around the world when we give all of those other folks access to our markets right here in the United States? I think Donald Trump made it very clear this is what he was going to do. I think the public's with him. And by the way, if Canada or other of our trade partners want to try and make this hard on Americans, Charles, it's actually going to help Donald Trump because he told all of us during his campaign, all Americans.
White 1. Stay informed, not overwhelmed. Follow credible, nonpartisan news sources to track policies while avoiding sensationalism. Fact-check claims to combat misinformation. 2. Strengthen community ties to build local networks for mutual aid, food shares, child care, to counter instability. Solidarity fosters resilience. 3. Protect civil liberties. Know your rights during protests or encounters with authorities. Support organizations like ACLU fighting legal battles. 4. Safeguard finances. Prepare for economic shifts, reduce debt, diversify income, and save emergency funds to buffer policy volatility.
That they don't care about you. I'm the one that cares about you. I'm the one that's going to take care of this. And I think Americans are going to support him even more.
You know, ironic. Here's MAGA Republican Congresswoman Meidastouch. Here, play this clip right here.
Target and Best Buy said last week that prices are going up in direct relation to the tariffs. Is that a good thing for your constituents on Staten Island and beyond?
I mean, but the tariffs, the tariffs haven't even gone into effect. They've been postponed. So,
tariffs have gone into effect for China and others. Yeah.
Been in effect.
No, some of the tariffs have gone into effect. Yes.
Well, but not the ones to Mexico and Canada. And the tariffs in China, they were in effect over the last 4 years.
Donald Trump is increasing tariffs on China.
Okay, President Biden actually kept and increased tariffs on China. Okay, Trump came in, a slight change increase there, but these are tariffs that have been in place all through the Biden administration. It was a 50% tariff that Joe Biden kept in place, plus an additional 25% on particular sectors.
Yep, as Heather Long says, Wall Street is souring on the Trump economic agenda. The Dow falling 890 points is now below where it was on election day. This is the worst stock market performance in a president's first 50 days since 2009. It's that disastrous. Yep. And in the vacuum of Donald Trump not speaking, of Donald Trump being cornered and running away like the bunker boy that he is, Elon Musk was giving interviews with Fox, and Elon Musk basically said, we need to get rid of all of these entitlements. And as I've said before, he is coming for your Social Security. Here, play this clip.
So the way it's important in entitlement spending, which is which is most of the federal spending is entitlements. So that's like the big one to eliminate. Is that's the sort of $500 billion, maybe $700 billion a year. That is also a mechanism by which the Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants by essentially paying them to come here, and then turning them into voters.
Yes.
So this is why the Democrats are so upset about the situation, because they're losing. If we turn off this gigantic money magnet for illegal immigrants, then they will leave, and they will lose voters.
And let me share with you this clip right here. This is Kevin Hassett, Donald Trump's top national economic advisor. Here's what he had to say, that this is the Biden economy and it's the Biden economy's fault. Play this clip.
Near term, we've got a Biden economy that, still most of Biden policies are in place. If you look at the Atlanta Fed GDP now number, it's showing negative first quarter, which is kind of, if you like, a metric of the inheritance of President Biden. A lot of that is also from a big increase in the trade deficit.
That's so utterly, utterly pathetic. And then let me share this with you. This was from Bernie Sanders' appearance over the weekend on March 8th in Altoona, Wisconsin. And here Bernie Sanders is talking to working class people about what they experience. Let me show you this clip. Let's play it.
Raise your hand. What is it like living paycheck to paycheck? Who wants to? All right, let me get some hands back there. Be loud. We got a hand there. Okay, ma'am. Stressful. Stay on that issue, sir. You're not sure if you're going to be able to keep the heat on. Yes, ma'am. Trying to find a way to plan a meal until your next paycheck comes. Ma'am? Forget about buying shoes and clothes for your kids. Ma'am? Skipping doctor's visits. Okay, I see a hand back there, sir. Yeah. Fear that your world is going to fall apart, sir. Am I getting glasses or can I get them for my kids? Sir. Can't plan for the future. Hand back there, sir. Okay, psychological warfare. Yes. You make impossible decisions for your family, sir. General insecurity. Okay, I think you got it. So let me just tell you something. If we were a poor country, I would come before you and give you a very different speech. I'd say, hey, look, I'm sorry, we're poor. We can't afford decent education, can't afford decent health care. I want you never to forget, we are the richest country in the history of the world. There is no excuse for people dying young because of that stress.
And you can contrast that to J.D. Vance's speech, where he was getting heckled while he was speaking at the National League of Cities. Let's play it.
That. Well, I see one of our nice representatives out here wants to actually, I guess, continue to flood the country with illegal immigrants, making your communities and citizens unaffordable. But ma'am, with all respect, one of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing is because we want to make it more affordable for Americans to live. That is one of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing now.
Well, there you have it, folks. Donald Trump going silent, not bringing the cameras into the various events, hiding as the markets tank. Typical for Donald Trump. When the going gets tough, caused by Donald Trump's incompetence, corruption, greed, and idiocracy, a Donald Trump gets a running, and he hides like the bunker boy that he is.
5. Prioritize mental health. Limit doom scrolling. Engage in offline hobbies and therapy to manage anxiety from political chaos. To engage strategically. Vote in every election. Pressure representatives via calls, letters, and join grassroots campaigns for accountability. 7. Document injustices. Record discriminatory policies actions. Share evidence through trusted channels to amplify accountability efforts. Follow Meidastouch Network. Invest your time in watching every single video from Meidastouch Network to stay informed and updated about American politics, economy, and even international news related America